Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm really proud to present you some of the profiles that we work with for mostly for fall 2021, and these people got admits in amazing places even though their profiles are not that good. Most of these people, their CGPA will be below 7 or around 7.5 or lower, and most of these will actually have some backlogs as well, and still they're able to secure some of the best universities, some of the greatest universities of all time. And you can see if these people can get admits from really great universities, it just goes to show that you can too, or if your profile is better, you can basically aim for much better as well. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First off, we're gonna go onto the wamgrad.com website. Once you're here, you can go on to resources decisions tab. I'm not gonna go over there because I already have selected the profiles that I want to show you. Now, we work with a lot of applicants. Some of these get exceptional results, most of these get great results, and it really depends on how much time we have to work in your applications. If you're coming to us early, it just makes sense that we'll get more time and we'll be able to devote more time to your applications. If you're coming to us 3 days before the deadline, it's still possible. I've self-processed applications, and some of them still get into universities like CMU. It happens, but the more time we have, the better in general. That's the general scenario that I'm telling you about. All right, so most of these you'll see they have applied pretty early, and you can see over here that this applicant, their profile, their GPA is actually only 6.37. All right, this is basically the almost like the lower limit. Most people have a better GPA, but their admits, I think they will surprise you that they have gotten into some of the most amazing universities. Now, these people I've worked with personally, every single one of them, so I know their profiles in and out. Okay, they had 4 backlogs, 30 months of work experience, and 4 backlogs, but they were all cleared, of course. That's why they were able to apply. But still, 4 backlogs, 6.37 GPA, no research papers, and they were going for a computer science program. Now, let me actually show you their scores over here. Their GRE scores, which are pretty much subpar. They're not really very high. Most people easily get this GRE score. All right, and the TOEFL score is also okayish. Now, you might think that, hey, this profile is okayish. Where will they get in? If you really want to see the decisions, just click on the decisions tab, and you can see they have gotten into Stevens Institute of Technology and NJIT. All right, and they already got their decisions around Jan 29th, end of Jan. Basically, they already have had both of these decisions. So I think this is really great decision based on their profile. I think when most people would tell you that, look, you should just drop the plan to study overseas, or you should just think about applying to the tier 3 universities, these are basically borderline tier 1 or tier 2 universities that you have already been able to see that this person has gotten into, and they have great opportunities, great market, they'll have great employment at the end of the day, and they will have good opportunities. They will be able to get their ROI, right? So you'll see that people with a CGPA of 7.6, 7.9 also go into Stevens, and over here it's just 6.37, and they've been able to manage to get in. It's all about applying early, making sure that your application is packaged right. We'll move on to the next one over here, and this one over here is the GPA is basically 63.3% out of 100. So 63.3%, really, that's their percentage. The university, you can see over here, the backlogs over here are 11. Now, this profile we actually worked with twice. We also worked with them for fall 2020, but then they applied for fall 2021 again. All right, and they actually wanted to do engineering management. We already have some of the admits. Some of the decisions are still pending, but the rest we already have. So before we go over there, we'll go on to the scores. You can see that they have a 158 and 148 on the GRE. So basically, it's still a pretty low score with a 3 on the AWA. And apart from that, they also had 11 backlogs, no research papers, and 63.36%. Right, so this year they actually had 2 research papers ongoing, but I believe they were not published, so they're still 0 over here. But the decisions you'll see are from Northeastern University, Engineering Management, and UTD MIS. So these are pretty great admits. I think that you should really focus on these, because Engineering Management and MIS, both of these programs are very highly in demand today. And when you can get something like this, NEU, one of the top universities, with a 63%, I think that's a very proud moment for us. I think it's a great admit, and this person will have a great ROI again. They'll be really be able to churn out the cash that they're spending, the loan that they may be taking up. They'll be easily able to get that ROI back. So one more great admit. Another one, and this one, this profile is actually really special. I think that you'll see that the CGPA over here is a little bit better. They had just 1 backlog, but they had 4 research papers, and they applied in a timely manner. We applied early. All right, you'll see that they had almost no work experience. Now, they really wanted to go for Canadian and Australian universities for the most part, and their scores you can see over here. GRE, again, pretty decent, but not really something that you would call great score, right? And pretty good IELTS scores apart from that. So now we'll move on to the decisions tab, and you can see there's a plethora of admits over here. Almost every university they apply to is an admit, and you will see that universities with such high rankings are also present over here, right? University of Melbourne, just check the ranking of this university and you can see that this is probably the best university in Australia that you'll find, because we're using global rankings, and you'll be able to see that they have gotten admits from some of the greatest universities both in Canada and Australia. And these are for MIS, mostly information systems, the course that you guys are also, maybe most of you guys should be interested in today. And you can see that this profile has gotten really decent admits even when it is not a top-notch profile, so it's very well possible, right? Again, this final profile that I'm going to be showing you, the CGPA is a little bit better than all of the profiles that we've seen till now, but they had 4 backlogs, which of course does not look good. The work experience is almost 1 year and there's no research papers, right? And they've studied mechatronics, they want to go into mechatronics again, or robotics, so they applied for mostly robotics, right? One thing to note over here is that they did not use their GRE score in their applications. This over here was not used. Now it's mentioned over here, but I can tell you personally, because I worked with them, they have not sent their GRE score to any university that they applied to, and they already have these 4 admits. Right, all of them till now we have gotten our admits, no rejects yet, and these are from NYU, SUNY, WPI, and University of South Wales. If you actually know this university, WPI, is actually one of the top 10 universities in the US for robotics. You will be surprised to know that this is one of the top 10, and a person with a CGPA of almost 7.5 can get in over there, just because of good packaging of the applications, timely applications, and really, apart from that, staying optimistic and really just waiting for the admits. All right, so one more thing I'd like to mention is that it's not mentioned on the website over here, but NYU actually gave them a $10,000 scholarship. I believe that's a per year $10,000 scholarship. I'm not quite sure about that, so don't quote me on that. It may be just a one year thing, but I believe it's per year. All right, so still, I think they're pretty great admits, and they already have these admits, and they already had them by the end of Jan itself. So it's a great example that your profile can also do great. You can do great things. It really depends on how much work you're trying to put in, how much effort you put into it, and how well you plan it. If you're applying at the end moment, seeing admits like this, it's going to be a little bit harder. But at the same time, I've seen admits like this happen even at the end moment as well. It's just not in every scenario. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay? So apart from that, please go ahead, check out the decisions on the decisions tab. I think you'll find a lot more golden information over there that you can use in your shortlisting as well. But apart from that, if you'd like to work with me and you'd like similar results, what you can do is you can go onto the services section and you can start working with me directly, right? So all right, I'll quit the video over here. I think this is pretty much, I think I've proved my point that even though the admits are top notch, the profiles don't have to be top notch, and that's going to be true for you as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, go forward to my Instagram, shoot me a message, and subscribe to the channel if you like the video. More content like this coming your way. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye and take care.